Good morning, afternoon and evening everyone. My name is Liam and welcome back to the Pokemon Premier League battle. This is week 10 as we are taking on Slyro of the Pittsburgh Pyroars. We are on a 2-game winning streak, so we're looking to continue it into a third, and we are very much starting to climb our way out at the bottom of the table. Our last game was a must win. This is a must win. Next week is a must win. We have to win the rest of our games to have any chance of not being relegated into Division 2. So, this is a big week. Last season, Slyro beat me 4-0. That does sound like he kinda destroyed me, but it was a lot closer than we think, because I pretty much just lost every 50-50 decision, such as going for Psychic on Alakazam when he had a Roserade and a Hydreigon, when I had Psychic and Focus Blast. Just stuff like that, where it's it could have been a lot closer would I have gone one way over the other kind of thing. But Slyro this season has a different team. So, this season he has Victini, Tyranitar, Togekiss, Reuniclus, Tentacruel, Druddigon, Mega Steelix. He picked up our Scolipede that we dropped, the scumbag, and a Rotom. So this is personal now, as he picked up, as soon as we dropped that Scolipede, he picked it up. Scolipede is now on the enemy team. Victini scares me. Victini always scares me. I hate fighting Victinis. So Victini definitely scared me. So I did prep quite a bit for that Victini. Also, I did prep quite hard for the... what was it? I can't remember which one it was now. Tyranitar, I think it was. I'll remember it as I go through the team. But Victini was definitely one of the ones where I was just like, holy crap, I need to prep for this Victini. So first up, as you can see on the screen, we are bringing Double Barrel, the Infernape, with Choice Scarf this week. Close Combat, Earthquake, Fire Blast, and U-Turn. Close Combat there to obviously hit the Tyranitar, and hits the Mega Steelix kinda hard as well. Earthquake is there to hit the Tentacruel, does good damage to Victini, good damage to Tyranitar as well, obviously. And pretty much does good damage in general. Fire Blast is there to do more damage to Mega Steelix, so I don't have to try and hit on the physical side, pretty much. And U-Turn is there just to do some predictions, U-Turns, stuff like that. Next up, we have Antonio, the Mega Aerodactyl, with Pursuit, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Crunch, with the Adamant Nature and only 20 speed EVs, because Sly's team's pretty freaking slow. I mean, he has the 100 speed Victini, and then he has the Scolipede, but other than that, his team's pretty frickin' slow. So I didn't need too much speed in my Aerodactyl, so I could put a lot more investment into my HP, a lot more investment into my defense, so that I could take on Tyranitar potentially better should it try and come at me with a Stone Edge. Should Victini try and hit me with a V-Create, I can take that, sort of, I think. I think I could take one V-Create and then knock it out with a Crunch or Pursuit, or even any of my moves. And the Adamant Nature was just an extra boost as well. Pursuit Crunch is there for the Reuniclus to do maximum damage to that pretty much, and the rest of the moves are just there for fun time shenanigans. Next up we have Kieran Black with the Expert Belt. Last week Kieran got us 5 kills. This week we are bringing Kieran with Ice Beam, Earth Power, Roost, and Draco Meteor this time. If the Steelix goes down, I can drop Dracos on anything I want, pretty much. Ice Beam hits a lot of his team hard, and what Ice Beam doesn't hit hard, Earth Power hits hard. I can Roost up on the Tentacruel, potentially, because he might try and go for a Scald Burn on me, but I am special. And I can Roost up on the Scolipede if I think it doesn't have Superpower, pretty much. I'm pretty sure its Superpower is the one that Scolipede gets. I'm like 99% certain it's Superpower. Roost was just kind of there because I didn't really have a fourth move to bring as well. I just thought, well, just bring Roost, I might click it at some point. Next up we have Yuxi with the Colbur Berry, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Stealth Rock, and Thunder Wave. Colbur Berry is there for Tyranitar things, obviously. T-Wave is there because T-Wave is like the best move in the game. Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks will be good for Togekiss and Victinis. It forces his Tentacruel to spin at some point. It also lets me check if his Reuniclus is Magic Guard or Regenerator. And it does good damage to the Scolipede, breaking a potential Scolipede Sash. So that is good times. Psychic was there to hit the Tentacruel and some kind of stab for things like Druddigon, hit Scolipede, hit Rotom, and Shadow Ball was there to hit the Reuniclus to stop Reuniclus from potentially just coming in and setting up every time on us. I don't really have a way to hit the Tyranitar, which is kind of poopy, but paralysing the Tyranitar and taking the Cold Berry hit is kind of my way of dealing with Tyranitar with this. Basically, Yuxi's not meant to stay around long, is the way that I'm going about this. Yuxi is not going to stay around long, not with the team that he has. It's just not a very... It was needed to come, but it's not a very good Pokemon to come, if you understand what I mean. Next up, we have Mamoswine holding the Okaberry with Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and Knockoff. I dealt with Victini very similarly last season, when I've faced Victini twice last season, and both times I tried to deal with Victini in the exact same way. And this time I'm trying to deal with it the exact same way too, with an Okaberry Mamoswine, because V-Create's not going to kill me. He might go with Grass Knot, but that's kind of why I have things like Yuxi and Infernape. So, yeah, pretty much it. Mamoswine does Mamoswine things. I don't need to explain Mamoswine very much. And last up, we have our special defensive Blastoise Nerf coming to another game. Jesus, Nerf, you're coming to all the games lately with Scald, Earthquake, with Scald, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, and Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet is there for if I can switch in Blastoise on Victini, and then I can hit him on a -1 with Aqua Jet, pretty much. Aqua Jet also there for a Tyranitar. Aqua Jet also there to hit a Scolipede, which might be on Focus Sash. Aqua Jet on Blastoise kind of made sense this week. Scald Rapid Spin, just there because Scald Rapid Spin. And Earthquake is there so I'm not walled by the Tentacruel. So that is the team we are using to face Mr. Slyro of the Pittsburgh Pyroars. Let us see what team he decided to bring. And he didn't bring the Victini. Holy crap. I prepped so much for that damn Victini and he didn't even bring it. He didn't bring Togekiss either. But he did bring the Mega Steelix, Reuniclus, Tentacruel, Tyranitar, Druddigon, and the Scolipede. I did not expect the Druddigon. But he does have the Tentacruel, so he doesn't have Defog on his Togekiss, so he can only spin my rocks away, which I can kind of play around. The Reuniclus is going to be a problem, because Reuniclus is always a problem. Looking at this team, I was pretty safe to start with Infernape. Anyone he brought in, I could just U-turn out on. I could Fire Blast the Steelix, I could U-turn out on the Reuniclus, I could potentially Earthquake the Tentacruel, or even just U-turn out on it. I could potentially Close Combat or U-turn on Tyranitar. I could U-turn on Druddigon, and I could Fire Blast or whatever I wanted on the Scolipede. So Infernape was a pretty safe lead, pretty much, is what I'm getting at. So I do start off with, as he starts off with the Tyranitar, he does switch out, fearing the fighting type move. I predicted the switch though, turn 1, and go for the U-turn, get a nice crit on the Tentacruel. I am able to bring in the Mamoswine as he takes the Sand damage. He does show that he is Black Sludge, and I can get an Earthquake off on something. That Earthquake done jack shit to that Reuniclus, which shows me that he is a fully physically defensive Reuniclus, which is terrible, because I have no special offense to hit Reuniclus except for Fire Blast from Infernape, which is not going to do enough before he can knock me out with a Psychic or whatever he has, pretty much. So this Reuniclus is going to be a real problem to deal with. Here, he gets leftovers back, shows me that he is Magic Guard. He does take the knockoff, so I get rid of his leftovers, but he does just get all of that back with the recover, and now I can't click knockoff again. He does thankfully just no longer have leftovers, which is good. But now he has a fully physically defensive Reuniclus with no item, so I can't kill it with knockoff. So pretty much I have to hope on Aerodactyl to do a lot of damage with Crunch later on with it. I can't stay in here because I'm just doing no damage. I do go into the Mega Aerodactyl. He does click recover again. The Sand is still up, so I have my special defense boost, which is why I was okay going into Mega Aerodactyl there. Even if he clicked Psychic or Focus Blast or anything like that, I knew I could take it relatively okay thanks to the special defense boost of the Sand. He does bring in Mega Steelix here as I do click Crunch, revealing that he takes no damage from it. I'm not staying in looking to take a heavy slam because that'll do a lot of damage. He does predict my switch though and go for Stealth Rocks. He switches out though into his Tyranitar as I'm able to get my rocks up, which I really wanted. I do take the Crunch thanks to the Culpa Berry, and I am able to get the T-Wave off on Tyranitar, which I wanted, which was great because after watching back his side of the battle, this was a Choice Scarf Tyranitar, so paralysing it was freaking fantastic. At the time, I just wanted to paralyze something. Paralyzing a Choice Scarf Tyranitar is amazing. At this point, I was just switched out. I wasn't worried about Crunch. Blastoise wasn't going to do much this match. With my rocks up, I was fairly certain I could play around the Tentacruel, keeping my rocks up. So Blastoise, I was just looking to get a rapid spin off here. The fact that Crunch done so much damage wasn't great, and then he got a defense drop wasn't great, but Blastoise was just kind of sack fodder for a rapid spin at this point because he didn't have the Victini. The fact this Blastoise was not as useful anymore. So I do get the rapid spin off, which is all this Blastoise was good for at this point. I do go down, but it does give me a chance to bring in my Infernape, and now I can just click to play the game of Close Combat or U-turn again, which I win again. So he did bring in the Tentacruel there to potentially rapid spin away, but I bring in the Mega Aerodactyl, so he can't rapid spin away. I do click Earthquake there, still does no damage to Steelix. I bring in the Kyurem, predicting him to want to set up his rocks again, which he does. That could have gone potentially wrong if he clicked Heavy Slam, but I really knew he wanted to get his rocks up when I have things like Infernape, Aerodactyl, Kyurem, and Mamoswine. If he didn't want rocks up, then that would be crazy. So I bring in Kyurem here, and even though he has 6 Pokemon, he doesn't have much he wants to bring in on Kyurem. Not really. I do click Earth Power, which knocks out the Steelix, which is great. That is a 1 less switch in for my physical offense. He does kill me with the Choice Scarf Druddigon. When he brought in the Druddigon against Kyurem there, I knew it was Choice Scarfed, but there was nothing I could do about it. No one else wanted to come in on a Choice Scarf Outrage. And as much as Kyurem took on the rest of his team, if I brought in Yuxi, he would have killed me with 1 Outrage, and then I would have had to go in someone else, and he would have killed that with Outrage as well. So Kyurem pretty much had to go down there, unless I wanted to lose 2 other Pokemon, which I didn't. But there was nothing I could do about the Scarf Druddigon. I knew it was there, I just couldn't do anything about it. I do bring in the Yuxi though. He does click Outrage. I live it, which is surprising, and thankfully it was only a 2-turn one, so I am able to paralyze another Choice Scarfer of his. He does go out into the Tyranitar, as I went for Psychic, just for damage on the Druddigon. I just go for Shadow Ball for damage on this Tyranitar, because I expected him to have Pursuit, but he has Aqua Tail. So that was the thing. I bring in Mamoswine, because I can click Earthquake on anything. Earthquake does good damage to the Tyranitar, as in it freaking kills it. And now the Reuniclus is back out. I do get my special defense raise again, as now he goes for Trick Room. I know I'm pausing a lot in this battle, but this battle was so, like, weird. Just so many things happened. He went for Trick Room, so now he is faster than me. I do get my special defense boost in the sand, thankfully. He does go for Psychic, which does 26% damage. So it does 26% damage when in the sand. I go for the Pursuit, expecting him to switch. Doesn't do much, but I do get the crit, because I expected him to switch because I already revealed Crunch. So I expected him to switch out there. He does click Recover. I go for Crunch, which does more than half. So thankfully he can't Recover Stall me. Not really. Again, I expected him to switch. He didn't. What he didn't realise, or what he totally forgot, which I only know because I've watched his side of the battle after recording this, he totally forgot that my Mega Aerodactyl got a special defense boost in the sand. He could have killed me with Psychic on any of those turns. Any of those turns would have killed me with Psychic once the sand went down. Because before, it done 26%, and now I'm sitting at 49%. So he would have killed me with Psychic. But he forgot. I could have, and the Trick Room was up, so I wouldn't have outsped him. So that was pretty huge that he forgot that. He did bring in the Druddigon though, which takes rocks damage on my Crunch. He's not going to outspeed me because the Trick Room runs out on this turn. He does get fully parried on the Earthquake, on the Sucker Punch, which is unfortunate. I do go for Crunch, which knocks him down to low health as he sets up the Trick Room again. He goes for Recover. I'm able to get more Crunch damage off. He can't Recover Stall me. He has to just go for Psychic. He gets the crit there, which again, because it crit, he didn't realise, he totally forgot about the Spadef Rock boost. Because it crit, it looks like he just killed me because of a crit. So it's quite funny. That's just more funny than anything else. But Antonio done its job. It left Reuniclus on 5%, which is great because I had no other way of dealing with Reuniclus. He does go for Psychic. At that point, I brought in the... I should explain that, really. Just let my... There we go. At that point, I just had to bring in the... Because I could have brought in Mamoswine on that turn and killed Reuniclus with Ice Shard. Like, easily. It wouldn't have lived with 5% on Ice Shard and it wouldn't have gone first because of priority. But that would have left him with 1 turn of Trick Room left. So he could have brought in the... He could have brought in the Tentacruel, gone for Scald on Mamoswine, which would have killed me off the rocks, and then I would have had to lock myself into something on Infernape, being Earthquake, because that would be the only thing that could kill the Tentacruel from that health. But then Earthquake wouldn't have killed the Scolipede, and he probably would have killed me with Rock Slide or something else that he has. I know what he has later on. I'll show you. You'll see it later on. But definitely that was the turn to make, of sacking off Infernape just to burn a turn of Trick Room so I could kill him on this turn with the Ice Shard. That just needed to happen. I needed the Trick Room to go down, because if the Trick Room had stayed up one more turn and I had Mamoswine in, he would have won. There was no other way around it. He would have just won. I do knock out the Reuniclus with the Ice Shard. He brings in the Scolipede. It breaks the Sash. He has Aqua Tail, which is why it was good that I'd done that, because if it was Aqua Tail against Infernape, it would have freaking killed me. But I am able to live the Aqua Tail, knock him out with the Earthquake, and because he didn't speed creep his Tentacruel, Sly, like I predicted you to, the Earthquake is able to knock out the Tentacruel as well, and we get another win! It feels so good. We are West Shan United. Oh god, we are on 3 wins in a row. Never before, never again probably, but we are on 3 wins in a row. That was a really good battle. I got very fortunate about certain things, such as Sly forgetting about the Spadef boost in the rock. Yeah, that's just a crazy battle. It was crazy. I actually can't believe we won that. I was like, oh, I felt so good after that match. That was one of my favourite matches of the season so far, and one of the ones I was most proud of, because it didn't come down to hacks or anything like that. It was just like it was just very good plays, and it went on for quite a while. 32 turns, quite a long battle. But thank you to Sly for that battle. You can see his side of the battle on his channel now. I know it's already uploaded because I've already watched it. Next week we have to face Monotui. Now if you watch any league battles, you know who Monotui is. He won D2 last season. Monotui is very freaking good, and we have to beat him if we want any chance of staying in Division 1. We have to win next week. Thank you guys for watching this match though. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, feel free to leave a dislike. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you all for the next one soon. Take care everyone. Mwah. Bye bye.